Hey, everybody. Welcome to your 9-ball World Qualifier meeting. Thanks again for coming here today and joining us. I know many of you already saw this last time around, but there are a lot of people who maybe didn't pay attention to the last one because they weren't interested until it was their turn for the 9-ball World Qualifier. So, welcome in. This is serving as the official World Qualifier player meeting. So even if you're not catching this live, that's fine. It's going to be very meeting kind of structured instead of doing the in-person meeting. This year, we decided to go ahead and do these online meetings. Give us a chance to cover things a little bit more extensively. This is a big tournament that you're headed into this weekend, and we want to make sure everybody knows the rules and expectations ahead of it. And so we found that for the 8-ball, meeting, this worked out really well to be able to answer questions and thoroughly explain things rather than trying to yell over people to be quiet in the room. So hopefully, if any of this is new for you, this helps you kind of process and understand what you're walking into this weekend. So you are walking into our largest Jacksonville APA World Qualifier ever to date. We are at 48 teams. So that is even larger than the 8-ball World Qualifier just a couple of weeks ago, 48 teams, and we are sending 4 to Las Vegas to play in the APA Whirlpool Championships. So we're pretty excited about that. It's the first year we're sending 4. We're sending 4 in 8-ball and 4 in 9-ball. But that also means that the Southeast Challenge opportunities have increased as well. So in addition to the 4 champions at the World Qualifier, all 4 runner-up teams are going to advance to the Southeast Challenge. That is going to be in Panama City Beach, a nice beachfront resort. So pretty cool that Monday night when we come back for the finals, everybody is going to be headed somewhere. We are hosting the World Qualifier this weekend at Qball Dinosaur, not the beach, Dinosaur. So please make sure that you give yourself time to arrive, whatever your start time is. Make sure that you add a little time to make sure that you can circle the parking lot, find your perfect spot, and hike to the front door if necessary. So he's in the parking lot does not constitute continuous play. So please make sure that you are giving yourself time to navigate that aspect. You can park in the grass at Qball. So if you need to park in the grass, you can right there along South Side. Not South Side, along Beach Boulevard. You can park there as long as you pull all the way forward and your tires in your car are not impeding the sidewalk. You are good to park in the grass. You can also park at the auto mechanic next door. Don't block the gate, don't block the dumpster, standard things there. But you can park over there. Do us a favor, though, and just be good citizens and make sure you don't leave any trash around. We appreciate that. We appreciate they share the parking lot with us, so let's respect that. Okay, couple quick things, just logistics while I've got everybody here from the start. Over here. You will notice an update since the last time that if you tuned in for the bracket draw, you'll notice an update to the round times here. We decided to cushion in an extra 30 minutes and go with our standard 8-ball round times. It's World Qualifier, normally 9-ball. We shave off about 30 minutes around. But World Qualifier, people come and they buckle down a little bit. They might play a few more safeties than they're used to in their normal games. So we decided to build that extra little buffer in there. So your round times are 10 a.m. for the morning, 3 p.m., not 2:30. Not 2:30. We will text those teams to make sure you understand. But hey, being early is not a bad thing, right? So if you missed the memo, sorry. But 3 o'clock is our second round, and then 8 p.m. is the late night round. There are 3 rounds Saturday, 3 rounds Sunday. And just like 8-ball, I'm going to scroll all the way down here to the event schedule so that you can take a look at it. Just like 8-ball, we'll come back on Monday night rested and ready to play the finals. All right, so just make sure. And again, just like 8-ball, if you are a Monday night team, then we'll work with you on those matches for Monday night to make sure that they are able to be made up. All right. Okay, so you can check the bracket. Everything is posted. You should have received this email earlier. If you did not receive this email earlier with all of the information that you need for this weekend, then double check your email or cruise over to the APA app. It's there, this very last announcement that came out. Actually, it should be the second to last now if I refresh the page, because this one should say players meeting. Yeah, live now. Okay, so World Qualifier 9-ball info. Click this link and you will get right there to all the information that we are reviewing. Okie doke, let me make it small again. It's too big. Okay, also posted. So you got the bracket link right here at the top of that email. You also have the rosters. Again, your bracket link is right. I'm sorry, your rosters is linked at the top of the bracket as well. So you can grab those anytime you need to throughout the event. Also some logistics while we're in here staring at this bracket. Worked out pretty nicely from round to round when we remembered that this was a cool feature, right? Our practice tables are right here in the top corner. So as soon as you bring up this bracket on your phone, the very first thing you're going to see is information about what practice tables are available. This is a fairly new thing that we're doing, so you may need to remind us like, hey, practice tables, and we'll note it on here. But it worked out pretty well. If it's not on here, then it is not a practice table. So this was also helpful for teams who had somebody practicing next to them and they were saying, is this a practice table? No, you can look black and white right there, not a practice table. Okay, so match tables are match tables and they are not practice tables until they are no longer a side of a match table. That's the general rule that we have. That's when we put them up here. So please respect that when a table is not a practice table, it is because people are playing matches around it, and we will release it as soon as they are done with those matches. Hey, I wanted to give a shout out to all of the amazing volunteers that showed up for the 8-ball World Qualifier. We had people supporting with raffle. We had people supporting with the live stream, with reffing, and that is so beyond helpful. We appreciate it. It is a full room. So if you look at these brackets, round 1, round 2, round 3, and round 4, there are 32 teams in the room at that time. So if you find that you are available and interested in helping and supporting in any way throughout the weekend, we appreciate that. Just let us know that you are there to help, and we will certainly look for something going on to help with. Again, this weekend, we will be doing the raffle tickets. We'll be, I think, raffling off a World 9-ball Tour Q-Tech Q. I believe that is going to be one of the choices. I'm not 100% certain, but we will have raffle items available. All proceeds do benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That is our Shoot for a Cure cause this year and will remain that our cause. So if you purchase any raffle tickets, just thank you in advance. Know that your donation is going to a good cause. You can look to buy raffle tickets near the APA merchandise area. Also near the APA merchandise area, you will find World Qualifier event t-shirts. Okay, so the only reason that you guys got this email today at noon or 1 o'clock, whenever you got it, as opposed to 48 or even 72 hours ago, is completely because of World Qualifier t-shirts. And I was trying very hard to work a pre-order link, and I did not do very well at it. So that is why this email was delayed, and it is why there is no pre-order link. But just know, come grab a shirt on Saturday. If we don't have your size or we run out of your size, we are able to fulfill that request. Let us know. So I'm going to keep working on my pre-order ability in the online world, and we'll see that come out for something else in the future. So we needed to get rosters out. Anyways, all of the shirts have all of the team names on the back of them. So your team is on the back of the shirt. Make sure you stop by and grab one. It's $25 for your 2026 9-ball World Qualifier shirt. All right, let's get into some of the logistics and nitty gritty here. We are on a modified single elimination bracket. That means you are guaranteed to play twice, not to lose twice. So you'll notice on this bracket that up until you can be in this purple round. Sunday, 10 a.m., and you still lose and circle around to the loser side. That's what this blue loser to whatever says. It's telling you what match number you go to. I get a lot of questions about how to read these brackets. So if this is familiar to you, great. If it's not, if it is familiar to you, hang in there. We get lots of questions. So the L to 65 means the loser of this match is going to go somewhere. They're going to go to match 65. Once you get to this blue column, you are in an elimination round. So this is whether or not you have won or lost no longer matters. You are in an elimination round. If you're not sure about your team, always stop by, check the bracket. You'll also notice on the rosters that were posted, if you click the link to go to the rosters, you'll come to a page, just FYI on that link. I'm going to click it because we get this question all the time. We click this, it comes up, and people say, I can't read it. It's because you need to go to the bottom and click View PDF. And then you will be able to zoom in and out and read it. And then it is also 4 pages, not 1 page. Okay. Once you get into the bracket, into the rosters, you will see that there are some players who will be italicized. Italicized players are not eligible. So make sure that you are double checking your roster, that you are not caught off guard by any surprises this weekend regarding eligibility or skill levels. These skill levels are accurate as of right here, May 31st. Those skill levels are accurate. Skill levels will be updated again on Friday. Friday, we will review and release all matches played Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. We will release all of those matches with updated skill levels, and we'll update this report as well. So check back for Friday for the end-all be-all of skill levels. Should be no surprises here. You're playing at your highest skill level, whether that is a session-ending skill level since you qualified or your current. Pick the highest one. That's what you're playing as. If you have questions about eligibility or skill levels, please, 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 please contact our office tomorrow or Friday so we can address it prior to the start to your first round. That creates a lot of chaos that we can certainly get eliminated ahead of time if you bring it to our attention if need be. Match rules. We are following a standard APA 9-ball match. So you will play another team in just like league night each round. You're going to play 5 players to 23. If at any point you can't field 23 with the players on paper, that's when you play 4 to 19. That's a commonly misunderstood rule. It does not matter if your 2 is not in the room. If you can play to 21 and show that you had a 2 on paper who's not here that could have played had they been here, then you can field 4 to 21. 4 to 19 is only if paper does not allow you to add up to 23 or less. If you think you're in a 4 to 19 situation, talk to us. We don't want to see you limit your team's ability unnecessarily. Just remember that it is a race to 51. You either need 3 matches. You either need 51 points or 3 wins and 50 points. Okay, if you have questions about scoring or whether or not the match is over, let us know. You don't have to play it out. Once it becomes mathematically impossible for one team to win, you can call the match over, even if that's in the middle of a match between 2 players. You just write a DNF on the score sheet. That stands for did not finish, and we'll understand and we'll put that in accordingly. You do need to have a photo ID ready for matches at the World Qualifier. Your opponents can request to see your ID. If you're not familiar with your opponents, you do have the right to ask for their ID. Do that before a match starts. That's our rule on that, is if you have an identity problem, or same thing with dress code. We're not going to interrupt a player in the middle of a match to let them know that what they've been wearing for 3 racks is no longer appropriate. So if you have any concerns about identity or dress code, raise those before the match starts, please. Other tournament-specific rules, these are the same as triannuals, so every player only gets 1 timeout per rack regardless of skill level. That's just one. And just like League Night, they get 1 minute for that timeout. We will have the sand timers around the room, one per table. You can leave sand timers and flags at tables. You don't need to take them away. You can leave them there between rounds. Odds are we're going to use the table again the next round. So other than that one timeout per rack, regardless of skill level, the only other tournament specific rule you need to be aware of is that you can't wear earbuds or headphones during play. Smartwatches, any of that kind of stuff need to be taken off. If you have Bluetooth glasses that are an issue, please come address that, or any medical devices or anything like that, come address that at the control table before those players play. Time guidelines. I always like to take the opportunity to remind everyone that the time guidelines at a tournament are really no different than time guidelines at League Night. It shouldn't be taking your team more than a minute to put up a player. That means that you should plan ahead. I typically take more than a minute to decide, so be thinking about your strategy. Give your teammates heads up if it could be them. Even if you've got a couple people, let them go handle business before it is their turn at the table, so that you're not waiting on someone to go to the bathroom, order their drinks, take a smoke break, whatever it is. Let your teammates know that they could be up next so that they can get it taken care of and keep it moving. Sudden death is called at 3 hours in 9-ball. 3 hours. At that point, any match that has not yet started is played in sudden death. Sudden death in 9-ball just means that every ball counts for double. So 1 through 8, rather than being 1 point apiece, would then be 2 points apiece. And the 9-ball, rather than being 2 points, would be 4 points. You don't need to change anything else about your scoring. You just need to double the points. In terms of scoring, we'll go ahead and touch on that. You do need to know how to keep score. There is a scorekeeping section in the information that went out today. If you don't know how to keep score, or triannual was a real struggle for your team, please take a look at that video. It is not a long video at this link. I want to say 17 minutes, and you can probably get by with half of it. I'll give you that tidbit. I just need you to know the basics of how to keep score. These score sheets are going to the APA corporate office. We have to submit them in order to send teams to Vegas. We need valid score sheets. So please make sure that your team is prepared to keep score on paper. Okay, so back to sudden death. Once we call sudden death, it only applies to a match that hasn't started. The definition of a match starting is the rack being broken. Sudden death is a time, not a red pen. I'll note both of those things. So once sudden death is called, you are officially in sudden death, even if the referee hasn't made it to your table to mark your score sheet. And once you are in sudden death, once that's been called, if they have not broken the first rack, then they are playing that match in sudden death. Okay. If you have any concerns about time issues, slow play, waiting on players to get to the table, any of these things, please bring them to our attention ahead of sudden death. Once we're staring down sudden death, there's only so much we can do to change the outcome there. But let us know ahead of time, and we'll be happy to take a look and see if there's a way we can help. Scorekeeping, we just touched on. Make sure that you have somebody keeping score and paying attention for your team. All teams are responsible for keeping their own score. You do need to keep all score. So you're marking not only the balls and the points, you're marking innings, you're marking defensive shots, 9 on the snaps, 9-ball break and runs. We have higher level tournament patches for those. Mark them on the score sheet. Pick up a patch when you turn that in, or send somebody to grab it. We'll be playing 9 on the snap bingo throughout the tournament. If you're the first 9 on the snap in a round, then you'll win a World Qualifier t-shirt. It only goes to the first 9 on the snap in a round. So if you make one, send a teammate to the control table to claim that. We will have referees walking around in red vests. If you need a hit watched, wave a red flag. They'll get to the table as quickly as possible. It's helpful to wave that flag under the light in the sidelines. It's super hard to see sometimes. It's really dark from afar. So wave it under the light. Ref will get to you as soon as possible. Anyone around the room that is able to ref and jump in if you see a flag waving. Again, 32 teams in the room for 4 rounds straight. Let's not try not to delay people. That's why we've got refs there. But if you can help, we appreciate you. Make sure both opponents agree on who's watching a hit. Remember that referees are volunteers. So as they approach, I would love if you thank them for your time, and please don't get mad at them for the call. You did ask them to watch it. Make sure that if you are having a hit watched, you stop your opponent. We're not going to walk up to a table and stop an opponent mid-stroke to tell them that you've asked for the hit to be watched. So please, if you're calling for someone to watch a hit, first stop your opponent, then grab the flag. Okay. Just some basic room etiquette. We're about through this meeting here. Some basic room etiquette. Pool halls were not built for 16 players around a table, and we know that. Please prioritize your shooters, your scorekeepers, and your coaches at the table. If you're not a shooter, scorekeeper, or a coach, your team loves you, but please leave the playing area to make room. We know it's going to be a little bit tight. Just make sure that those players are prioritized. Be aware as you're walking around. Nobody wants to be the player that's bumped. Please don't be the player that bumps them either. Hey guys, I'm just seeing comments. Sorry. Hi, you Chalk Funny. Walk the plank. I tap that. Good to see you. So please don't, just pay attention as you're walking around. We know that all 8-foot tables, if you see 8-foot tables in play, odds are that that is a match table playing for Vegas just like you. So be respectful. You don't want somebody walking through your shot, bumping you. Just take an extra second, slow down. Trust me, I know I'm the queen of walking fast through that room. So please slow down and pay attention to those around you. Oh, we already talked about practice tables. Just a reminder, if you have tuned in since then, where's my, just a reminder that practice tables are going to be here in the top left area. As soon as you access the bracket, you'll see what's available. And sportsmanship, everybody here is trying to win that trip to Vegas. So let's just have a good attitude. We're all here for the same reason. We're wanting to have a good time. We're wanting to get to Vegas. We want to be competitive, but we also want to have fun. So let's make sure that we, treat each other with respect the game, respect volunteers, respect the people who are there to ensure things run smoothly. And let's respect Qball staff too. We are so appreciative to them. We know that they are ready for us. I heard a rumor that there is a Bloody Mary bar coming. I'm not upset about that personally. I think that some of you may really enjoy that on Sunday after a Saturday, a long day of tournament play on Saturday. So come ready to play. Let's have a good time. Make sure you take care of Qball. I know they're going to take great care of us. Oh, and last but not least, live stream games. So I owe some of you some wheels that we're going to spin from the 8-ball. I'm still working on having AI collect my comments, but I got you by Saturday. Don't worry. And then we will be playing some more games this weekend. Tim was giving away things every round. We were doing things, raffling things for sharing the stream. We're going to play some more secret word. Maybe I'll find balance between 1 word and 5, but we'll figure it out. We're going to have some fun. So whether or not you're there in the room, thanks for tuning in on the live stream and supporting the teams in their Vegas run. All right, guys. I think we covered it. And on that note, if you're here live, thanks for joining. And if you are not here live, thanks for watching. And we are so excited for another super, super fun World Qualifier this weekend. We will see you bright and early. Doors open at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. Remember, if you had that second round, you are no longer at 2:30. It is at 3 o'clock. But just tell your team 2:30 so they find a parking spot, right? All right, guys.